Hey guys, welcome back to the studio. I am in the thick of it. I'm trying to package a lot of orders and get them out the door. I just put all of my website on sale, a huge sale, 35% off, hoping that people can help me out by buying the products so I don't have to move them. And I'm really glad that I did that because there has been an amazing response. And now I have all these orders to get out. I didn't want to pull the trigger on a big sale until things were a little bit more sure. And it looks like things are starting to become more real. And it's hitting Kayla and I that we need to start to get packing. We need to start to make arrangements. We've been on the phone with a variety of different vendors. Vendors, is that the right word for it? People that are in charge of insurance, utilities, all that stuff that goes with moving. We've been really busy with that. And I have been doing what I can, but my focus really has been trying to get the business in a good shape to move it. I'm really thankful that this move is not going to interrupt the business as much as the other moves have. It's really close compared to the last two moves that I've done. So that'll be an amazing relief that we won't have to worry so much about those kinds of logistics. It's more of a traditional move from one town to another, so yay, so excited about that. But as the days get closer, things are gonna get a lot more frantic around here. So we're really just trying to get these orders out of the way so that I'm not worrying about them, and then I can start packing, truly packing my studio up. I do plan on doing one more soap before we move, and maybe something else for my Golden Bubble patrons. So trying to decide on that right now. I think the soap is going to be a lot simpler than what I've usually done, just to make things a little bit easier myself. But I hope to do that tomorrow and then show you guys that soap. And then just a lot of packing. That's what this video is going to be about, is packing my life away. So here is the pile of packages that I have done so far. There are still so many to go, but I think I'm gonna call it a day for today, and I'll pick up tomorrow where I left off. I'm about to make the very last soap ever in the studio. And for this soap, I really wanted to try experimenting with woad so that I could color the soap naturally blue. And I'm really excited to try out a new fragrance today. I'm gonna try out Aquamarine by Village Craft and Candle. This is an interesting ocean scent with a little bit of mint in there. So it's kind of a wintry ocean scent. And with winter just around the corner, I thought that this might be the perfect scent for the shade of soap that I'm hoping to achieve with woad. So let's go ahead and do it, and hopefully it soaps well, because this is going to be my soap of the month for October. All right, let's go ahead and give it a shot. So here's my lye water, and it is this gorgeous dark blue because I already put the woad into here, and you can use woad in a variety of ways. This is just one of the methods. Another way you can use woad to naturally color your soap is by infusing any of your oils with the woad for several weeks if you want to do a cold infusion, or you can do a hot infusion and infuse the woad into the oil for a few hours in a crock pot or in a hot water bath. But this is the method that I chose today, so we'll see how it turns out. I wanted a lighter color, so we are using a smaller amount of woad in the lye water solution. I've waited until both my lye solution and my oils have cooled to below 100 degrees Fahrenheit. Everything should be good. Now all that's left to do is bring these together and make soap. So I have my fragrance oil here, and like I mentioned, this is Aquamarine by Village Craft and Candle, and it has notes of ocean salt, lemon zest, bergamot, middle notes of cedar leaf, water lotus, pink jasmine, and base notes of eucalyptus, sea kelp, and ylang ylang. And it's not listed there, but I do pick up some mint, which is interesting. The vibe you get from this is definitely an ocean type scent. It leans more on the masculine side, but it's a scent that I think anyone will enjoy. I really like it. It's very spa-like, very relaxing. Now, the only thing left to see is whether or not it's gonna cause my soap to seize up. It's always a surprise and a mystery to me. So I have my oils and my lye water here. I'm gonna put these together. Just gonna pour this into, oh wait, hold on a second. I totally almost forgot my sodium lactate. Do you ever have those moments where you're just like raring to go and you totally forget very important things? I love adding sodium lactate to my soaps because it really does help with making the bar harder and easier to unmold when it comes time for unmolding in a couple of days. So here goes my lye solution. Ooh, a lot of that woad settled to the bottom, so I'm gonna give this a good scrape. This is my first time trying woad out. I have used indigo to naturally color my soaps blue before, and that was a success. The blue that I got from indigo was kind of a denim color, like a blue-gray. So we'll see what this blue ends up looking like. And then to this, I'm gonna add my kaolin clay. And I'm going to blend it all together. Okay, I will say that this color of soap is not that appealing right now, like at all. It's definitely a very gray color. It's definitely giving a very sickly gray color. I don't know if this is actually going to improve very much. And it looks like the soap is thickening up on me. So let me add my fragrance oil. I have my molds on the side here ready to go as well. And because it's thickening up so much, I'm not going to use a stick blender anymore. I'm just going to, oh man, look at, look at that color getting even greener. Uh-oh, this totally might not end up being what I was hoping for. Like at all. Smells good though. Okay, oh my goodness. It's definitely thickening up on me, so. Time to move. Wow, it is really moving fast on me. To give it a twist. I'm just scraping what I can from this soap bucket, but it absolutely seized up on me, which can happen, and that's okay. This is definitely a soap seize. Trying to save the top here, make it at least a little bit textured and fun, but it's not exactly working that well. Oh gosh. Look at that. Whenever soap seizes like this and I can't really do much about it, the next best thing I can do is decorate the tops. So I'm gonna find some decoration to at least salvage the top of the soap. I'm gonna spray some mica on top. I'm going to decorate the top with a little bit of baby's breath. And because the branches are a little stiffer, I can really get them into the soap here. And hopefully that will salvage the look of this soap, at least a little bit. It's looking very green, and I think where I went wrong was definitely my oils were a little bit on the yellower side. I use hemp seed oil, so you know that's always going to mess with a blue, because blue plus yellowish green will give you green pretty much. I'm gonna hope that this maybe turns a little bit more blue. But I don't think that's looking very promising right now, guys. If I'm being honest, my experience is telling me that this soap is pretty much gonna be a green gray. But at least I can make the top look somewhat presentable. I love baby's breath on soap. It's just really pretty floral that's easy to pick off. It's not gonna get everywhere. It's just really manageable. And it's not gonna turn brown like lavender buds have a tendency to do. And they're just a really delicate, pretty addition to soap. I'm bummed that my last soap in the studio is such a difficult one and it did not turn out the way I initially envisioned it, but that's soap making for you guys. And this is how we become better soap makers, is through these fun little happy accidents. Now I have another loaf of this that I need to do. So I'm debating right now whether or not to put it on camera. But you know what, I'll do that. I'll do like a quick version. My round 2. And then show you guys a close-up of both once we're done. So here are the 2 finished soaps side by side, and you can see the difference between experience and working with a fragrance completely new, how differently the outcome can be. So here is my first attempt using that fragrance oil, not knowing how quickly it was going to accelerate on me. And then here is the second version of the soap with me knowing how quickly it does that and being able to get it into the mold a lot quicker and when it's a lot more fluid. And these are the same soaps, same fragrance oil, same colorant, but they totally look different. I do think that the baby's breath and the texturing of the soap top has saved it. I can't wait to cut into it. It's a 1-color soap, so it shouldn't be that crazy. But wow, this is my last soap that I've poured in the studio, and I'm really, really sad and kind of excited about what the next soap is going to be in my new soaping space, which I will show you when the time comes, I promise. So we are back, and interestingly, the soaps have mellowed out to kind of a blue-ish color. Let me show you a little bit closer here. That's kind of blue. Right? It's like a gray, really. It's leaning gray. This one, interestingly, is a little bit more green than this one. So I don't know the science behind that, but they're definitely not the same color. I don't know if you can see it from there. But let's go ahead and unmold these guys and cut them so I can put them away and move them. I did put everything, all my stock for sale so that I wouldn't have to move that, and that has all sold, which is amazing. Thank you so much to everyone who came out to support that cause. But these soaps, I will be packing them, bringing them to the new house so that I could ship them to the Soap of the Monthers in the following months and in the next couple of weeks, and also my Golden Bubble patrons. And with this last soap made and the last few orders, I will be able to start packing the studio in earnest. It's funny because my in-laws have been coming and helping us move, and my brother-in-law came down here, took a look around, and and said, there's still a lot, which there is. I mean, moving day is a week and a bit away, so I'm hoping it'll all be figured out by then. This smells amazing. Wow. All right, let me go grab a few more things. Gotta get my gloves on before anything. I'm gonna cut the nicer one first. By nicer, I mean just looks a little bit better than the other one. The other one looks a little rough. I usually wait a day and a half to unmold, but I don't got a lot of time. So got two. I'm in a bit of a time crunch here. Okay. Here's that soap, and now that it's unmolded, it does look like a pale blue. Super pale. I don't know if it's translating as blue on camera, but to my eye, it is. So now we are going to cut this baby. So I'm going to be using my caterpillar for this cutting. I want to cut them in slightly thinner bars, and I also want to be careful of the baby's breath detail that I have in here. I have to cut off actually this one, see if it works out. Here's the first bar. Wow, it definitely looks blue on the inside, which is really nice. Here is the second bar. So cutting is going well. This method definitely takes a little bit longer because I'm being really careful about the baby's breath and trying to cut in between the flowers. But in terms of the color, it's not exactly what I was expecting, but it's not terrible either. I do like it. Kind of like with the indigo, it's like more of a gray denim. So it is all about continuing to experiment and getting familiar with different techniques. I think the scent of this soap fits this color really well. That really fresh aquamarine ocean type of scent really complements the shade of blue, in my opinion. So now that I'm looking at them all laid out like this, they definitely look more on the bluer side. I don't know how they'll look over time. I don't know if they'll get bluer or if they'll turn grayer. I'm not sure, but right now they look definitely on the blue tinge. And this is the first or sorry, this is the second loaf of soap that I did, and here are the first, or here are the bars from the first loaf. And you can see, because it was a little bit of a chunkier consistency, I have a little bit of these marbling marks across the surface, but still quite a blue, tingy color, in my opinion. I think these bars also turned out beautiful. They're a little rougher on the top, but I do like this marbling effect that you get when you have a little bit of a chunkier batter. This is the kind of effect that you'll get too if you do hot process. But the baby's breath on top looks adorable. These soaps are very, very beautiful, and they smell fantastic. And now that I've made my last soap in the studio, I can finally start putting things away in earnest. Wait, first, after I fulfill those last few orders, and then we'll be on our way. So sad, but I'm glad it ended on a high note. These are such gorgeous soaps. So I have managed to pack the majority of the studio up. As you can see, it's a lot. There might have been more this time around than when we were at Calgary, because we have a few more things, but I really, really hope this is the last time I'm doing something like this, because it is a lot of work. And as you can see, there's still so much more to do. But thank you guys so much for following my journey. And I'm sorry I haven't been posting as much, but this is going to be a really, really great chapter that we're looking forward to. And the next time you see me, I'll be moving out of this space. So that is so very exciting. But before I go, I wanted to thank everyone who chooses to support me on Patreon. Thank you for being so patient with me right now. I know right now I'm not really producing as much content as you're used to, but that will all change as soon as I can. Hopefully in November, I will have recipes. I will continue with the soap of the month, with the Golden Bubble packages, the Golden Bubble patron packages. All of that will continue. It's just a slight little bit of a delay, but I have it all under control, I promise you guys. And if you're wondering what the Patreon is all about, there is a link to that down below, and on there you'll find over 100 recipes, soap recipes, bath bomb recipes, lotion recipes, you name it, it's on there. So thank you to everyone who chooses to support me on there. You guys are awesome. But that is a video. If you enjoyed this, then please join me next week or whenever when I post the update when we'll be moving out of this house. And until that next video, keep smiling, keep being awesome, and I will see you in that next video. Bye, guys.